Oh, how about showing you what we're doing? Yeah, we may be here till 5 p.m. just playing a couple more games. If we face another mirror match, we might play forever. The reactionary side of me wants to just tether this before we get way behind, and also if they have a juggler, it would at least... Well, it wouldn't stop the juggler, because if we tether it, what they'll do is sacrifice it, probably. I would rather try and see if the courier stabilizes next turn. But given that, then I should have probably played the Hallowed Fountain tapped. Not sure why I played that Plains that way. I shouldn't have played a land before I worked out my turn. That's a bad habit. I'll play a land just because obviously we play a land, but really, you ought to work out your entire turn before you do anything, because that might cost us 2 points against Rakdos. That's huge. Yeah, now we gotta take damage that we shouldn't take, so this is pretty bad to be down an extra 2 against an aggro deck. We can follow through and see if the courier keeps this stable. Note that Oppo didn't find a third land, so that's at least good on that front. Don't like the admonition here. I think we try to stabilize with courier, or we could also lock it into tether. That's not the worst either. Oh, this is actually it's my deck building scene. I just clicked on the wrong one. Here we go. Thank you. Yeah, so we could do, since they're short on mana, I actually like that. I'm going to go Locket Tether here because they're out of mana and I want to accelerate. It's an opportunity to get the Locket down while still doing something, which I think is pretty good. All right, Juggler incoming. No, Gathering. It's a Gathering deck. All right. All right. All right. Well, 5 mana is an awkward total since we don't... And here I was about to put the land again. Again, figure out your turn, Ryan. Acuity draws us a card. Maybe it finds us one of our 2s. The other... We could start admonitioning goblins. If we think they're going to do more goblins, we could try to have Absorb ready. I think the Courier is going to be important, as at least something that threatens to ping goblins. And yeah, the Fireblade Artist, obviously they're not going to sack it because they're going to start throwing goblins at us. Oppo's got a good spot here. But I wonder if it's not Courier time. Yeah, I'm going to throw down Courier. Let's see if this... Because if the creature can represent removal for these goblins, then that's going to be very good for us. If they remove it here... Well, at least they had to use removal on something as medium as a Courier, but obviously it's pretty... takes us down to 10, and then Fireblade Artist really starts going. Yeah, that is probably going to be enough. Nice deck, Oppo. But at least for the Courier does look like it gets to be some removal here. And I guess we go ahead and take out the Fiend over one of the tokens. We can bounce one of the tokens with Admonition, potentially. I might be able to go to Acuity into Admonition here and get some life total back. I think if we get our life total up, we can stabilize. Great, found the land we need. Acuity for 2, and then either keep Absorb up or Admonition a token. And then we've... Actually, since they... I might just not Admonition a token here, because the Courier successfully was eating a 1/1, and we have the Absorb. And if they have another Gathering, we really want to get that Absorb. So let's Acuity, and then hold up Absorb. That's my new plan. And then next turn we get Insight and Admonition, or Insight, Replay Acuity. And then, so I think if we can survive this turn, and Absorb certainly helps us do that, I think we turn the corner here, unless they could come up with a big flow of Goblin Gatherings that work with the artist to overcome the life total changing we're about to do here, but I think this Absorb is going to be the key to turning the corner here. Gets us 3 life back, is going to stop whatever they try to do here, like this. Start on a 3 planes Insight. And a Replay Acuity seems fine here. It's got 2 hours left. We're finishing up one we started yesterday, and we have a couple hours to do it here, which might not be enough time with a an Acuity deck. We'll find out. We literally, yeah, it was that can go long. Yeah, we'll Replay Acuity and just get some life total here. Now we're back at 13 with 2 admonitions. We're effectively at a we get 2 more. If Admonition got back a non-land permanent, I would just get our Sky Tether back. As it is, maybe we... Well, I think we Admonition anyway. Do we? No. Admonition isn't great here. I, again, played a land before knowing what I was doing, which is wrong. Just don't do that, Ryan. That's a leak I need to plug. I'm going to work on that. We'll take a Clear the Mind over more land. Yeah, we can... No, I guess we can't Junk Troller and Clear the Mind. So we gotta make sure we don't want to... See if we want to Junk Troller here, or... Because I don't want to Admonition anything here. And I think we have a good hold. So I'm just going to play the Junk Troller and hold. It was... I think Pick 1 was Absorb. And we did that for gems. And then Pack 1, Pick 2, I think was actually the Hallowed Fountain. Also for gems, and then Azorius ended up being the right seat kind of coincidentally from there. Although it did, the fact that we had taken Absorb and the Hallowed Fountain was kind of I think a tiebreaker on our 3rd pick. Oh, I screwed up again because we didn't have the mana, so I should absolutely be pinging. This deck missing damage barely matters, but I did miss a point of damage there. Hey, East. I'm kind of thinking the double Raise Dead is coming. Dead Rebels. Yeah. And they're just going to continue to try and get the artist to throw enough shocks at me to work. I think if we find a counterspell, I'll Admonition the artist, because we could counter it on the way back down, and that might be worth it. There's at least something we can Admonition. I didn't want to Admonition the Juggler or the artist, and now at least we have something we can send back to their hand. Hey, Double D's. Slime Bind, actually probably not going to be too relevant here. It's all about the artist throwing things at us faster than we can gain life, so we're going to start by Admonitioning the Fire Fiend, the Fiend, and seeing what kind of cards we get off of this plan. Get the Acuity back and start getting some life there. every time we can gain some couple of life, we undo one of the artists. And there's an essence capture, so now we could think about bouncing the Fireblade artist, but I'm going to replay the Acuity first and foremost. Chili B for next turn is good. Now we'll drop our third land. We could admonition the artist now, but we wouldn't have the counter spell for it. And I'm going to keep the essence capture up in case they... The plan is to counter the Fireblade artist eventually here on a bounce and attempt to recast. I don't want to like counter this 1/1, I don't think. Maybe we do, actually. Do we just want to do that? If we counter this... No, that's all right. We're going to bounce the Fireblade artist and counter it before they get to activate it with this. It's just that this does get to then like attack with a Cavalcade or whatever, but I think we can withstand that. So I'm going to let it all go. And we have Slimebind, Essence Capture, and an Emergency Admonition up. That feels pretty good. That's actually going to be annoying, but I think, again, we should be able to survive it when we bounce the artist, counter it, and gain some life. And then we can withstand an attack with all of these that pings us for 4, but we eat a couple, especially because we're going to Essence Capture and put a counter on the Junk Troller so that it can start contributing to that effort. And put some Goblin Gatherings back in their library, which is a little awkward, but then if they draw any more, it doesn't make as many goblins, so we're going to do that. We're going to get our stuff back eventually anyway, so it doesn't even really matter for us. That's really great. We can have an answer to an all-out, although it puts us to 1, and then we have to like activate it again next turn. We're going to just stick with the plan, because the Fireblade artist is a real problem. Hey, nice, 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 nice. 3, 6, so we have 6 more. I'd love to do some Acuity stuff, but I think we just are much better off here if we expose this and capture this as part of a sequence on their turn. So we're just going to do that. It's not like we don't get the full value of all this stuff, but I'll take the full value of not losing the game. That seems like great value. Right. Exposed could represent, 6 life, because we could bring back Acuity or whatever, but that's not what we're up to here. They get that, unfortunately, but we have Exposed to Daylight here that's going to make them real sad. All right, we take 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could double block here. I think we need to just take 4 and take out the artist. If they have another gathering, that could be rough. But we do have Angel's Grace, and we can set up, like... I don't think we're just dead here, unless they have, like, double skewer or something weird like that. And I think it's really important to try and take out this artist. Or if they have the... Yeah, as I say, if they have Burn Bright, we're also just dead. So I'm glad to see this deck, actually. Like, this is the first time I've ever been beaten by Cavalcade, and I do want to draft this deck at some point. It's just never been correct. There may be a couple of times we could have steered towards it. But... if you can get a version that good, seems great. Look at that. Yeah, it was a good deck from Oppo. People really don't play answers to going that wide in the format. There's just not... I mean, there's Cry, but nobody plays Cry. So it seems like a really good one-game strategy, especially, because then they can't even bring in their Cries. All right, well, maybe this is a super short stream. Again, guys, I'm not gonna hang out too long today. One of the reasons I'm here is because of the reason that I stream at all, which is because I realized that I was going to be playing Arena every single day because I like Magic, I like Arena, and the economy is fun. And the limited is fun, so I was like, well, I might as well stream then, right? And so I'm here to meet my commitments of saying I'm going to be here at 9 o'clock for some action, because I am going to play today, so it might as well be now. Might as well finish this up. And then also I have my masterpiece starting soon song of the day sequence cannot be interrupted, because it is not a 5-song sequence, it is a 10-song sequence. We will be continuing next week. This looks good. We're just shimmering here. Yep. Oh, we could wait and try and quench. Maybe we want to quench over shimmer. But we'll still get something with quench. Right? Maybe we want to shimmer. Because we're low on land. One of the things I want to find here is land. I'm going to shimmer. Ooh, but there's admonition. I love that so much. And we have the acuity. Alright, I said I wanted land, but I'm going to be super greed. I mean, that's effectively land, right? Because you draw a card and then draw a land. It is not the Hokey Pokey or the Macarena. It's a little intimidating, but I'm going to just acuity here. I think that's correct, and then we just get the acuity engine set up, get that going. Still making my way through navigating this deck. I'm not sure exactly what the right sequencing is, but it feels like getting acuity down, given that we have such support for it, feels great. That's intimidating. We're going to have to try and outpace it and find... We really want to find that answer we have now. If we lock it here, we can then summarily judge the roustabout and bounce, so I think we do that. One, two, three, four, five. We're going to get 6. How about acuity, admonition, trumpeter? Get Acuity, Acuity. Sure. I like that. We want to find our enchantment removal, and now we're just... Look at this. We're stacked with life gain, so we can really pace this IGI. And they have to spend a lot of mana to make the Trumpeter a relevant threat. One, two, three, four, five, six. We're going to have 7 total this turn. Probably... I like Admonition, Amplifier... And then sit on, like, Essence Capture, Quench. Can we do all that? Maybe that's too much blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 3 blue. All right, we have 3 blue. So 3 blue. I'm going to do Sphinx's Insight, hold up Essence Capture. Well, now this Amplifier, I think... is too threatening to let sit there. So I'm going to go ahead and Admonition that. And with 1, 2, 3, 4, we only need to play one thing, but I want to keep the Essence Capture up. Although we don't need it, we can just re-admonition. Trouble is everything draws, counters. So we can't actually play anything without discarding. That's very funny. And I think... what are we going to discard? Maybe the Quench? Play the Acuity, but if we play the Acuity, we can't Essence Capture, but maybe that's fine. Maybe we'll find another land and then, you know, find something better to discard here. Expose is exactly what we wanted, so that's great. And then, yeah, discard an Insight. I like it. More like an, all right, all spells draft is how I would put it. Boy, we really need this exposed now. So, let's go. I'm going to go ahead and play the land, because we definitely want to do that every turn. And we're, with 4, 5, 6, 7, we can Acuity, Expose, double bounce. But I'm going to go ahead and Expose without the second Acuity down again. Like, maximum value. Squeezing every card out of Acuity doesn't seem as important as leaving our mana open for the important stuff. And I kind of want more land. We have plenty of action, so let's leave land. Although that's not the land I want. I really want more blue, so I'm actually going to bury that just because I would like, if we're going to find land, let's make it blue. And then, great. So I will... leave it at that. And then we have Quench and Essence Capture if they try a couple of things. And some emergency Admonition or whatever, but unlikely to cast Admonition here. Well, if they do that, we might. What's that about? Let's see. Yeah, I think we do. That was a big... They invested a bunch here, and I'm just going to do it for not a card and counter a threat of some kind on the way down. Although maybe we want to counter the Amplifier. Do we need to wait? So what have they got? They're saying, no, I don't want to... Oh, they don't have black mana. Okay, that was even better. They let auto-tap mess them up there. Great. I thought that looked weird to me, but then it was just an auto-tap thing. Now let's drop an Acuity. One, two, three, four, 5... I'll play the other one because it still leaves us the capture. And found us a land to play, and we can send it along. I think we're looking good. We're gaining so much life we can pace an IGI. I will let you know in a minute, Double D's. Oh, I don't have a creature there yet. Again, I'm just gonna. I don't need to plan. I should maybe I should not do it just to be in the habit. Like I know that it doesn't matter because we are going to play a land here, but I should get in the habit of just not doing that until I figured out my turn. Partly is that it makes it easier for me to count. Like I can see how much mana I have. We have 10 mana this turn, and insight. Yeah, insight's clearly a play here. Agreed. Still have 6. Need to discard if we don't play some stuff. We can do Concordia Pegasus. Maybe Clear the Mind. Concordia Pegasus. I'm going to clear the mind. I do want to find the other... We can find that enchantment removal again. Put that stuff back. And... Or we could just Slime Bind. Maybe you Slime Bind after they invest some mana into it. I want to ditch... They probably are not going to fall for Quench at this point, although they're dumping stuff into the Trumpeter, so it's not completely outrageous. I'm going to ditch the land since we have one to play next turn. Yeah, they're being very careful about their mana tapping now. Sorry, Oppo, that sucks. They fell a turn behind on Trumpeter because auto tap left them with no black mana when we bounced it. That's pretty hefty. Now they have to put 8 mana into that thing just to get it to do 2. Fairly reasonable. But there you go. We're nothing but... Okay, I was going to say, I'm going to figure out my turn. 1, 5, 6, 7... We have 10, 11 mana. Acuity, 10, 9, 8. We draw a card, play the other one, 7, 6, 5. Admonition, 4, 3, 2. And we can even then save Quench or Pegasus at that point. What an annoying deck we have to play against. I'm sorry, world. But not really. It's Wizard's fault. I didn't design this set. Quench doesn't seem like it's going to be good here, so we'll drop a Pegasus. Let's see if we can find our tether. No tether there. I guess Prying Eyes would dig for the tether just about better than anything. I wonder... Yeah, we can Angel of Grace, Summary Judgment to get the Colossus dead once. Then Junk Troller would be good. We can put the Colossus on the bottom if we find it. Maybe we can actually win the race with the Angel of Grace. We still have 6 mana. Probably deciding if we want an Angel of Grace or Prying Eyes based on upcoming. Not blocking with the Pegasus, so we'll be attacking. $14 cards, so we'll find our enchantment removal soon as well. Oh, actually, it would get the Colossus as well. Right? It's artifact and enchantment? Or is it just enchantment? I can't remember now. I haven't played this set enough, apparently. So, I can't... If I Angel of Grace here, we can't combine to take out the Colossus, so we're definitely taking this hit. So we're probably just Prying Eyes. We could wait for main phase Prying Eyes, but I want to find answers to this stuff ASAP. Oh, okay, so they must have a gate in hand here. But I wonder... Yeah, it's too bad. Almost quenchable, but not quite. Oh, maybe they're just not going to sack it. If they don't sack it, they don't have a gate, obviously. The other thing we can do is play the Angel here and look to trade for that next turn. I'm going to do the Prying Eyes. I think we only have 14 cards. We have answers in our deck. We just got to go find them. Let's go find them. And we have a lot of stuff here, but I'm going to send the Colossus back for sure, and maybe in the process we can find a counterspell for it. Now we'll get there. We have 9 cards now. Like, we basically draw our deck here, so I'm not too worried. We get, you know, let's just do, we can even do Shimmer first to just look at the next 4, you know, like... there's an Expose, and then rest on the bottom in random. Okay, so we'll take the Expose. And I'm actually just going to expose the Colossus here. Doesn't seem like they have another gate to get it back, at least not right now. Hey, I like that too. Don't want to accidentally deck ourselves or anything, but we'll play an Acuity to draw the Essence Capture. And maybe even... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 left. No, start with an attack. It's not blocking. Kind of like just Acuity, discard some stuff. Find a Clear the Mind. Sky Tether, also not bad again. But we'll end here and just discard some stuff. Again, that Quench seems like it's not going to do anything, but then it might... Alright, fine. I'll finally ditch the Quench and watch us have a quench opportunity here. It's not doing that much, though. With our tools of admonition and tether, I'm not even worried if they get the Colossus back here, so I'm going to go ahead and capture this and put the counter on. Solid Rixmati. I've never seen, this is the first time I've also seen Rixmati get the full 3. Alright, Junk Troller. I love it as Colossus protection. Just gets to sit there, and if they play a gate, we respond by putting it on bottom. That gives them 1 turn to find that. I'm going to... let's summarily judge Scavenger. Yeah, this gives us plenty of mana left. Play that. I want to definitely get the Junk Troller down, so just play that and see where we're at mana-wise. With 5 left here, I really wish I got to get Carpe's tool going. Oppo has 18 cards, and I'm trying to figure out what's left in our deck, but this MTGA tracker hasn't been working for me on that front lately. 5 mana... I say we just save the Angel here. Time to play the Angel and actually see if we can win this game. Is Absorb in the yard? Where's Absorb? Alright, so there's an Absorb in the deck too, right? So we should have an Absorb in these final 4. Well, they did it. They got it back before we could get the Junk Troller online, but we have the tools still. I'm still not worried. Although it's quenchable, so that's hilarious. Oh, no, it's not quenchable. They would have been able to even survive the quench. Never mind. Right, you get that. Go for it. We're going to take Angel of Grace, and then we'll just try and tether that Colossus. They have a lot of sacrifice, so I expect the Colossus eventually finds its way back into the graveyard, but then we can Junk Troller it. Surprise! Dead Angel? Yeah, Dead Angel. If only we had a way to get it back. Yeah, I'm just going to tether the old Colossus. Cutie. Ooh, Chili Bee gets to join the Air Force. Two cards. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. We have 10 mana still, so just bounce the Maka. No, I guess with 10 mana we'll just keep it pinned. Let's actually try and continue to apply pressure.
All right, everyone, chill.
And with 5 mana remaining, we have Absorb, which we'll keep up. All right. They relented. So, my coffee cup is empty, and there's a pot of slowly cooling coffee waiting for me to refill. I'm going to go have a coffee break. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. there's a song that I'm going to put on loop that answers Double D's question. Hold on a second. If we can get to 5 or better, awesome, but happy to just get above 500 for sure. It's also we entered on gold, I think, on this one, so we just get to add to this, you know, we get to at least add 450. Fine opener. None of our abusive stuff. 2 of our 5 creatures. No, is there a new Boston Dynamics bot that's gonna make me just welcome our new robot overlords immediately? There's an Acuity. We're not going to bother with the tether here. We're going to try and have Acuity into Courier be enough. Perhaps Courier into Acuity, depending on what they pull off here. Yeah, we should just do a Courier then. They're blue-green, so I guess they could Slime Bind it or bounce it. But we're unlikely to see the Courier outright removed here. I guess they could fight it. You could, like, +2/+2 and fight or whatever. Trample. That needs red, I guess, so that's the thing. They're not showing red. Yeah, none of that scares me, although not great that we didn't find a land. We're going to play the Acuity here looking for one. No, but that should find it for us next turn. We have to take a hit from the eel, but next turn we can Shimmer, looking for more land if we don't draw it, and still have the plains to tether an oppressive eel. I was kind of hoping they would adapt there. Uh-oh. All right, well, we found some land, so now what's the play? We could... Junk Troller is a nice big butt for both of these. We probably need to tether this turn and do Shimmer to look for... to make sure we get more land and to, you know, then set up the Junk Troller play next turn where it can at least block a Rendhorn. And they have an attack with a Wayfinder. We know exactly what their last card is, so they need to... We are theoretically stable here. They need to top deck to overcome the current hand situation. Yeah, so let's do this. We want land, and we can take the gate and play it tapped and still get the tether. And now maybe this will force them to adapt the eel. It's not like the mana was going to do anything else anyway unless they draw something special here. Alright, well that's saying... No, I've actually got something, but not much we can do about that. We're using the Couriers here to block. If it's not trading for a Wayfinder, it can trade for a trick. No, looks more like they're just trying to race while they can. Oh, wow. So we don't even need to use the junk troller solution. We actually have summary judgment solution, so we'll do that. And they seem to be top decking. I don't know what this is, but I'm trying to decide if we're playing Acuity or keeping up the Absorb. And I'm going to go Shields down for a turn and play the Acuity. I don't think they have... I mean, they were out of cards, so this just has to be... It's unlikely that this is something where we'll be like, oh gosh, we can't win now because we didn't absorb that. So we'll do that, stay back on D, and then try to keep Absorb up from here, but it's also tough because we only have 2 blue sources currently. We need to find some more blue. That is pretty big and nasty, but I think we can handle that with, if we just need to, they need to adapt it before it can even attack us, and by then I think we will find a way to bounce it, or whatever we need to. Let's go with a Clear the Mind, though, and just to find some action. Right? Yeah, because we have Hallowed Fountain, so we can still drop that and have Absorb if we want. Although, again, they're out of cards. I think we'll go Shields down to get this Locket going. And then we have a lot more mana for next turn. Well, not a lot more. 1 more. But 1 feels like a lot when you're trying to ramp up your mana. And we'll keep Courier back to block. If they put a counter on the Scuttlegator without Adapt, that could be a short-term problem. Not a bad rip off the top, but we can Junk Troller for protection there. Oh, they're going Haste. Well, we're gonna, I think, go ahead and eat the Wayfinder. Drop a little low. And great, we can play an island instead of the fountain to have the most mana without pain. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So with 8 mana, we have Absorb plus Angel, or we can drop Junk Troller and have Absorb. We can't do a Junk Troller Angel, though. Absorb. Eventually, they're going to draw a land, and it would be silly to have... I think we go... maybe we Clear the Mind Junk Troller. Yeah, actually, I think we're Clear the Mind, Junk Troller. That, and we'll troll for some junk. And try and stay alive here. Hope for no hasty beasties. They looked at the Acuity. Maybe they drew... What's enchantment removal in green, though? I don't know. Great. I'm going to start on the Insight and see if we find an island that we can play. There's one. 5 now lets us have Angel or Absorb, which I like. We are telegraphing by not replaying the Acuity, but that's okay. We could just go to 1 on the Angel. Let's let him attack at least and then decide what to do. Yeah, I think we play the Angel and eat the boar and go to 1 and then rebuild from there off of the life gain we have going. Start at Acuity. Great. Just what the doctor ordered, and we have the Absorb to take out the Gator on the way back down, and then I think that might even demoralize them into a scoop unless they draw something else excellent. Leaving the Courier back just in case, I think. Doesn't actually increase our clock really to attack with it anyway. The Grace... still got a sore tongue, just bit it a little bit. Angel of Grace is a 4-turn clock, and adding the Courier doesn't actually change that. Yes, the new bundle is a slightly better gem value for your for your dollar than the $100 gem bundle is. So you want to get the welcome bundle, then the new bundle, then start doing the $100. At least, if you would like to be optimal. I don't think I use Junk Troller. I should be using that, I think, almost no matter what. Yeah, and then we have 1. Yeah, we're going to Absorb on the way back down. Great. Still not really being tight about my lands. Like, again, if I think through the turn, I see that I'm only possibly going to Absorb here, and should have played the Hallowed Fountain tapped, and then we get that down, you know? It's minor, but it's about habits more than the impact of this one game, the impact on this game. And I don't think we want to Absorb this. Let's see, it moves counters around. No, I don't care about that. I care about that. I don't think there's any reason there. They also probably don't have any real recursion. I don't think there's... I guess there's some that uncommon that get stuff back in green. I'll make the Scuttlegator go on the bottom just because that was a scary card for us. Now, again, let's think about the mana. 1, 4, 8, 9, 10. So we have 11 or 10 and a tapped Fountain, basically, if we want. And so I think we start with Acuity, at least. Quench, unlikely to be good. Probably ditching that to Prying Eyes. And we could Prying Eyes main here. Let's start with an attack, though. One, two, three, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't want to Prying Eyes. Now, I'm going to Fountain tapped. And end it and Prying it the end of their turn, I think. But why? And we can still Quench if we Prying Eyes here. And then we get the Acuity back, at least. Yeah, fine. I'm going to do it here. But I am also going to... Yeah, I'll do it here and we get the acuity back. Discard that, and this quench is not going to get anything done. Yeah, that's bad news for them. I mean, they can move some tokens around or whatever, but still doesn't get the Renhorn through. It is. And we can do... I'll do this. Oh, I thought Acuity was already in play. This doesn't really matter much. I think we got this one. I'm still playing loose, though. I'm playing loose because we're like 90+% or whatever, but I shouldn't be playing loose. Why am I playing so loose? It's Friday. That's my excuse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's chili and have capture up.
All right, everyone, chill.
And that ought to be game. Yeah, they can't have anything. All right, notched one more. Man, have I only been on air for an hour? That's funny. Feels like longer. Maybe it's just the deck. A sweet 5 wins already with this. We've bumped up to 650 with the gem grind that we had about 100 gems. I think actually 100 gems in grind in this one. So we're already break even. And now we can see if we can... I'm probably not going to draft M19, especially on this account. I think the right play... So let me... not really a soapbox, but a short aside that... I think that if you're coming onto this system as a low-pay player, whether free-to-play or just trying not to spend a ton, you really want to focus on sets that are not going to rotate in the fall. I really would not recommend spending any of your resources acquiring... If you're a limited leaning player, if you're a constructed leaning player, you're going to get your deck and do what you will. But unless you love the limited format, in terms of approaching... how to be a hybrid player for low cost, you want to stick with the stuff that's going to be legal the longest into the future. And so, like, if our collection, if we look at this free to play collection, for example, let's look at what was it? Oh, I forget was it Q under 4? Yeah, that works. I'll say it's quantity under 4. Rares and mythics, and then there's all these sets, right? So if we look at Ravnica Allegiance, this account, this is the only rare and mythic in this set that we're still going after. But then if you look at something like M19, like there's acres and acres and acres of cards that I need, and I'm not going to try and go back and get these or build towards that. Because these are rotating, and the Ravnica, the 2 Ravnica sets are not. So my recommendation to anybody coming onto the system would be, don't invest resources in acquiring cards from these sets. Focus on these so that as you move forward, you start You will eventually catch up, and even as a free-to-play player, will have a nice, solid collection for Standard if right now you build towards that by focusing on the stuff that doesn't rotate. Need some more blue, but we can get there with Shimmer. And a lot of stuff we can do early. And Oppo has Molt, so all in all, a fine turn 0. Annoying. Kind of want to leave Quench here. Yeah, I'm going to leave Quench up. They got a juggler, I want to stop it. Not a juggler, but we're still going to stop it. Three mana could Slime Bind and Tether. Or Shimmer and Tether. Might want to tether this. That's, you know... Tethering Afterlife stuff is okay. It's just a pretty weak creature. But if they're low to the ground Orzhov, it's not like we're necessarily going to get a bunch of better looking options. And Insight. Now we just need land. Take that island. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Although we are going to play the plains here. And I am going to tether. Throwing shade. Double shade, you say? Well, we don't really care about their lifelink. We could hold back with Essence Capture, but we can't do Essence Capture and Slime Bind. We could do Essence Capture and Judgment, though. Yeah. I like Essence Capture Judgment here. Even better. Actually, I'll just bind the other one. Since we know the Essence Capture will not be a relevant factor. Now we'll keep up Angel and Essence. Twilight Panther I actually don't care about. It's really a 1-2 against us. I guess it is annoying against like the Junk Troller or whatever, but we don't care about that. Alright, we even have Absorb. Excellent. Can't cast Absorb and Essence Capture. That needs 4 blue, but... being able to protect the Angel against the red-black deck with a couple of cards left in hand seems huge. Like, they may have... I expect them to have, like, a removal spell for their turn. Maybe not, because they had to do a cycle, so... Locket is fine. we're not going to be life gain greedy. We'll just take our 2 cards here. Use the flexibility of the card for its intended purpose. They are stuck on 4, and we're not necessarily going to see a lot of targets for this, so... but it does leave us shields down on absorb. So I'm just going to go ahead and... continue to protect the angel. I'd like to keep them off of land and card draw or whatever, but if they spin their wheels looking for an answer, and then when they if they find one, we have the absorb for it, I don't think we can lose. We got to make them have 2 answers to the angel. Still not going to do it. Aha! And if I had done it, they would have gotten this through, so I'm glad I didn't. Make them have 2. Do they have 2 answers? What we want to see is a cracked locket. The desperation, maybe there's something here in the library. Not even bothering. All right. Profit. Easy game. Well, if you give me a CtM deck like this every time, I would I'd force it more. All right, folks. Last game. Then I'm going to sign off early today and suggest we all go and see how the Invitational is going. Oh, good. MTGA tracker is working for me again. We're really having a great season from this account in this format. Like, and that's just kind of chance. If you look at the record of the free-to-play account, it's just kind of doing better than the paid account. But it may set us up to be able to just focus on the free-to-play account and say, look, we have deep pockets on our free-to-play account already. We're going to focus on it, and if at some point down the road we run out of resources, then we'll buy. But sure, I can host it. I mean, maybe I'll even... It's just not good for my numbers if I let a stream... You know, like, mainly the thing, if you're, like, trying to make this work like I am, is the number of views you get, not exactly when or how. But it's nice to have a good average viewer count, and these today and yesterday are not helping that for me. I'm going to go ahead and judge the roustabout. Another roustabout. I could clear the mine looking for land, or we could save the quench that would probably get something. Now we need to find land. All right. Land me, please. No land. Woof. All right, same request. The old Roustabout Ram deck. Format Classic. Not that it ain't getting it done for Oppo right now. I probably get 2 spells this turn, one of them being like a 6/6. Yeah, that hurts. Well, we can keep sending it back. Junk Troller can't block it, so yeah, I want to send it back, look for land, look for Sky Tether. In fact, we'll leave Sky Tether mana available. Although if we find the Tether, we're not going to use it because we need it for the Ram. That's good, though. Maybe because of that, I should have left blue up so that if we found a Plains, we would have Quench. It worked out, but maybe... And if they try a 2-spell turn next turn, we'll be happy to have the Quench. Alright, well, we get to quench that, and hope they don't have a gate. Not yet, at least. And let's see. Insight. Looking for the Tether, right? Or Slimebind. No Tether, so we drop this and at least save 2 or 3. I guess we block here and save 2. And hope we're not dead. So, we have 6 mana and we haven't played a land, so my plan is going to be to Shimmer. Let's see, if we Shimmer and let's say we find Tether, Pegasus chumps. Now, I guess it doesn't matter. We need to Angel, but I'm going to Shimmer and find land then. And hopefully the Angel can trade for something. Or eat something. Peg can chump the Sphinx, yeah. It's got hexproof from monocolored. It means it can't be targeted by monocolored, but it doesn't mean it can't be blocked by them. But Angel's going to save us anyway. Yeah, it was a good run. Good Acuity deck. We just came up short on land at the wrong time here and couldn't get our feet under us with this Ram. Couldn't find our answers to that. We still might. We're not dead here. We could find the tools to survive. Because we're going to do this. And I'm going to eat the Roustabout, and the other block doesn't really matter. Seven mana. And we have to use 3 of it to dig for answers, so that's not great. Maybe we should use 4 of it to dig for 2 answers. But then what do? We draw. I don't think we can win from here. I do not think we can. I'm going to try this and see what happens, but I think it was the end. This is the end of a pretty good run. Yeah. We tried. Plains and a Tether. Nah. Good deck, Oppo. Good game, Oppo. And that's all she wrote. But I'm happy. It's Friday. We had a great run with this deck. 6 and 3 is awesome. We paid gold to enter. We ground 100 gems in the draft. So our coffers are excellent for an account that has only ever spent $5 on the welcome bundle. Maybe I should have traded the angel so I could exile for life. Yeah, that I didn't speak to it, but my thought process there was if we play to trade and exile, we just get left with a board that then kills us shortly after. And I felt like the only way we could win there is if the angel stayed on board and did duty as a defender while we lucked into the bounce and removal that would allow us to stall the other creatures. That was my feeling. That basically we couldn't win. There was no win plan. I couldn't see the path to victory with that line.